Hello, beautiful family. Christopher Von Dom back with Liquid Gold Honey. Did you know the bees are the highest frequency animal on the planet? And if their frequency, that's how they fly, they start vibrating, they start levitating using their vibrational frequency, which levitates them off the ground. And then they use their wings to steer, it propels them into flight. And then they make the buzzing sound, buzz, makes the energetic field around themselves. They basically float from flower to flower. Like I've said previously, I personally call it organic quantum mechanics. Absolutely fascinating. Their frequency, the bees, the honeybees, is so high that if it were any higher, and if it were 3 feet in front of your face, you wouldn't see it because it'd be another dimension. Bees are so interdimensional. And of course, yes, we are all interdimensional. So, and the bee products that they make, completely interdimensional, helps us, all that vibrational frequency, the super high frequencies get into the products that we sell only here at Liquid Gold Honey at liquidgold.store. So we're selling you the highest frequency products on the planet. Raise their frequency, when you raise your frequency, you don't really get sick as much or any longer, raises your consciousness, you can tap into other things, including our skills, including awarenesses, even in deeper meditations. So, it's really cool. The bee products, the bees, and, I'll give you guys and girls some more cool information. Did you know that there are invisible animals? What? Yes. So even scientist Dr. Robert J. Gilbert of Vesica.org, who is the, has been with the United States Marine Corps in the field as an instructor, as a nuclear biochemical warfare engineer, defense engineer instructor. That's a mouthful. So anyway, in his work, he also, clearly talks about, this topic, which not many people do talk about this topic. How many animals do you think exist on this planet? Whether they're in the water, whether they're on the land, whether they're in the air, total combined. It's a lot. I don't personally know that number, but I do know it's a lot. So can you even imagine if there are an equal amount of invisible animals all around us that are at different frequencies, operating in potentially higher frequencies and higher dimensions than most 3D surface dwellers, humans, and they are not able to be noticed because they are at higher frequencies. You could also say they're on higher planes or higher dimensions, although they're all around us. Like we were saying, and some animals are good and you want to pet them, and then some animals you might want to stay away from because they might not want to be petted, and that's a nice way to say it. So, but that's another thing. We got to be strong. Eat the bee products. Get the honey, the bee pollen concentrate, whatever resonates at Liquid Gold Honey, liquidgold.store to strengthen our physical structure, our mental structure, our emotional structure, and all of our energetic fields around our body, including our energetic fields, our auric fields, our protective fields. We all have these natural fields around us. The bee products help to strengthen them. And then even physical exercise strengthens them. Mental or emotional meditation strengthens them. There's so many things that strengthen our physical, that there are fields around us that can be measured with very sensitive devices. And when we exercise, these fields are strengthened. When we meditate, these fields are strengthened. When we garden, when we cook, when we hug trees, when we sing, when we dance, when we laugh, when we love, all of these strengthen our field, strengthen our essence. And you know, because your heart is telling you, that it is strengthening your spirit. Why? Because you're happier, you feel alive, you're healthier, you're stronger. Your body tells you. So this is like signs that you're moving in the right direction. When you feel good, when you're happy, when you're strong, when you're healthy. All of these things are signs. Your body's saying, hey, you're doing a great job. You're like, thank you. So anyway, the bees are kind of like, our mentor leading the way. We love you, bees. And the point is that, okay, here's a story. I moved to Mount Shasta in 2020 when things got a little bit like cray-cray on the planet. People were wearing masks and taking jabs and whatnot. I moved to Mount Shasta. Why? Well, for a few different reasons, but I did want to go on a West Coast National Park tour, as well as see if I could find entrances to the interior of the mountain, to find Telos, which is the city that is purportedly underneath Mount Shasta. And who lives there? Well, purportedly the Lemurians, which are an ancient civilization that potentially moved down there over 12,000 years ago. Why? Because they got into a thermonuclear war with the Atlantans. Anyway, they're highly advanced. They're very spiritual. They don't do anything wrong. They don't lie. Their frequency is higher. They help everyone. They love everyone. Everybody works in harmony in a community, basically to just uplift and help themselves and everyone. And that shows me that is possible for us on the surface. We can all come together. We can all work together. We can all help each other, help ourselves, work together, and be happy and healthy and free together and abundant and have everything that everyone wants. And everything that we need, of course, and beyond. And that comes with highly advanced technology, highly advanced skills, just a beautiful society. I've seen so many beautiful reports of how their society operates, and it is absolutely beautiful. So anyway, I really wanted to find an entrance into this mountain where reportedly this civilization has a residence underneath the volcano at Mount Shasta, which is a super cool place in the first place, because out of the earth has chakras. Of course, they have ley lines. Some ley lines and vortexes are in Sedona, and the only of Earth's chakras that are located in North America are in Mount Shasta. Guess which of Mother Gaia's chakras it is? It's the root chakra. And then there's chakras in Stonehenge, in Egypt, Machu Picchu. These are some of all of Earth's chakras. And so when I was doing my spiritual practices on the mountain every single day, in ancient, beautiful forests, anyone that can make it out there sometime in this life, highly recommended. Out of the corner of my eye, I would see little, beings, whether they're, some I saw were really tall, some I saw were really short, different animals. Some of them look like animals that we know, and some of them don't. I saw a slug that was on a tree that was about 3 feet or a meter, however you want to look at it, just sitting on the tree saying, hey, I'm like, hey. And they're just chilling and they love it. But why do they want to be invisible to most people? They're afraid of most people. They think most people on the surface of this planet are angry, are aggressive, are warlike, and will or would hurt them. So I kind of see their point. Like maybe they're afraid of being like locked up and doing scientific experiments on them by like some mad scientists or something. So I get that. So maybe we can just show them that we can be happy and peaceful and, uplifting with them and help them. Like if they need water, we can, you thirsty, here's some water. Or what do you eat? Lettuce, here's some lettuce. And we could sort of like be friends. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure we can all work together. And I'm pretty sure all of us on this planet can be friends. And I'm pretty sure we don't need war anymore. And we can all just work together and be happy and healthy, of course, and free together and abundant, of course, like vastly abundant. And I mean, there's so many reports from locals in that area that, yeah, they saw some like 7 foot tall guy, walking down the street, or, he going into the hardware store because he needed a tool and he didn't have any money, but he gave them a piece of gold. And they're like, okay, you can have this tool. And then he walked out of the store and they went out to see him and he disappeared. So, and there's so many stories like this. It's actually really cool. It's a real spiritual area. There are so many reports that they are emitting love from beneath the mountain all around the surrounding area that actually goes, spreads out very vastly in that area. I heard just a couple years ago, Elon Musk did go to that area, and because he heard of these reports of this energy coming in the mountain, he did sense it. He detected it with some detection devices he has. He was trying to figure out how to encapsulate some of this energy. Why? Most likely to monetize it. But I'm not really sure. And I don't know Elon. He probably has a good side of him. And he probably has a side that he does want to help. And so anyway, I'm hopeful for that and for him. And so there are, higher dimensional invisible animals. So anyway, I find this to be like super cool, but also at the same time, some are, super cool and friendly, and some are like not so friendly and could even be like, aggressive. There's even a scientist that I just saw this report, I would say within the last 3 months. He developed this technology that can see. It's like very sensitive videography technology with monitoring and measuring devices that can see all of the different beings and animals all around us. Some look humanoid and have more of like a torso with 2 arms and 2 legs. Some have like big heads or different shaped heads. Some are like animals. Some could be like a spirit. And if somebody their field around them is not strong enough, these things, they can come inside. So of most people's bodies, everybody figure out how to strengthen your field, okay? There's also like a little exercise you can do. You just breathe in white light energy from the core of the planet and from the core of the universe into the center of our being, and then pop out your arms. You can do that 3 times in a row while you're envisioning this white light, unshakable cord is connected to the center of the universe, center of the planet, and it is creating this impenetrable, reflective spheroid around our body. Why? So that these entities cannot come inside of us. Why? Because you're not welcome here. Parasites are very common. Most people don't even know they exist. So this is also, sort of a video on awareness. They do exist. And, they're not all reptilian. Yes, some are. But they could be like other just little sucking parasites that'll reach onto the back of someone's neck and just suck their energy. So when you keep your frequency high enough, when you eat the super high frequency bee products that you can get only here at liquidgold.store, and you do like all these other things that you can do, you can figure out how to raise your frequency. You go in nature, you hang out with dogs, you just eat healthy, you eat the bee products, you exercise, you meditate, you ground, you hug trees. You go in nature. All of this raises our frequency, whether it's cooking, gardening, yoga, qigong, all of it. raises our frequency. When you raise your frequency, these entities really, they cannot, your vessel is with a high frequency, it's not as suitable for them to exist. When you raise your frequency high enough, they can't even come in you. Why? Because it's a different frequency. Similarly to why most people cannot see all of these complete invisible animal kingdom of all different species that are all around us at all times. So, and it's all there. Anyway, if you really like look up this equipment that this guy, I saw even videos, I saw footage of the videos of these things. But then when you really get quiet, you can see them yourself. When you really get quiet, when you really tap into your true essence, even when you shut your eye, both your eyes, if you have to, your third eye opens, and then what? You can start to sense them all around us, and you can even see them. Some of them, they don't like it when you see them. Why? It scares them. Why? It takes away their advantage of not being seen. So, being that, as previously mentioned, we're going through the photonic belt in the galaxy, which is a light belt that this whole solar system is going through. The whole frequency, even the frequency of the planet, including the Schumann resonance, is rising. Guess what that means? It means everybody's frequencies are inherently rising. Of course, there's all these things, including even the wonderful products at liquidgold.store, that you can do to raise your frequency on your own, including many things, that you can do internally on a daily basis that can speed it up. And then you are no longer a vessel for these parasites or entities to come in. They really also like older people. Why? Because most older people get weak. So, like mostly older people have these things. Some people can have like 12 or more of them in them. So anyway, just better, you can also say, like mantras like, I permanently remove all parasites, or I permanently cut and tie all cords, which is a good one. It's, because that could be a conscious or unconscious energetic cord as well. So it's all of these things, and it's such a beautiful planet that we have, that we are living on at this moment, and we have such a beautiful time here for all of us to be alive, to help ourselves, to awaken, and to help everyone on this planet, in this universe. I mean, there's some really cool stuff that's on the horizon. So really cool stuff. Like this is the transition, my friends and family, meaning there is talks from very high up military that they are going to be opening up the information embargo. They already have started, some of this information which I have shared with you and I continue to share is beginning to be allowed to be spoke about publicly. And once a little bit more of the information embargo is lifted, then technology embargoes are being lifted. As you know, the technology is advancing so rapidly. Travel embargoes are being lifted. That's why you might be seeing more ET craft out here. Just use your discernment on which is terrestrial, which is non-terrestrial. You might have to do some digging and research on that. It's interesting though, because it helps you, makes you think. And then, and there's both. There is terrestrial and non-terrestrial crafts and beings coming to and from this planet and throughout the solar system. We're talking about this planet right now, more and more and more and more. Why? Because they're slowly lifting the travel embargo. Guess what's next? There is serious talk that they are lifting the trade embargo. What? What does that mean? That we're going to be able to trade with extraterrestrials that on this planet that most people don't even know. So, okay. like I said, our whole solar system is completely colonized, full of life. Some are human, some are not human. Most are friendly, some are not. That's why there has to be still military and police, because they're not all 100% friendly, but the majority are, and they trade. And yes, they don't really have currency. That was put in place as the old system, which we're slowly getting out of. Um, anyway, so there has been like certain, you know how the Native Americans would trade at trading posts? And what did they do? They didn't have currency. They would trade value for value. I have a sheepskin. Okay, I'll trade you for my deer skin. Sorry for anybody, animal lovers and vegans, but we're just talking about some historical things. And, or I'll trade you, these moccasins for this jacket or whatever. They would just trade what they needed value for value. So we have developed trading posts. This has been reported from some people in the military within the last decade, and I'm allowed to tell you now because it's coming out, that we have been trading with highly advanced extraterrestrials, actually over 1,000 different species, at our post on Mars for 60 years. And it's just been getting more and more and more and more and more. And anyways, I think it's absolutely fascinating. So anyway, they're going to slowly allow this to start happening here. You want to hear what I have been told are the top products that are produced and made so far on this planet, that are taken off the planet, that are brought to maybe this installation on Mars or somewhere else, and they're traded, with extraterrestrials. Of course, it's technology and weapons are like top two. Then another thing that is traded is beer. So extraterrestrials, they love the beer that this planet makes. And we had another video that it recently that it could numb senses. That is true. But anyway, I guess they like, the beer and wine that is produced here, and that is being exported also. And guess what else? The fourth top product that is being exported off the planet, babies' clothes. Why? It's for the little short extraterrestrials that can run around in style. Why? Because they can't make goods on their planet with the precision that the people that own factories and businesses on this planet. That's one thing about this planet, especially for so many reasons, but people from this planet, they figure out, this is how somebody's been doing something from the 1800s. Then they figure, oh, we can do it better in the 1900s, and we can do it better. This guy does it this way, we can do it this way. And so there's this thing that everybody wants to figure out a way to do something better. So that's another thing that sets the planet apart, the goods apart, and the people, and all the individuals and species on this planet apart, is the quality. And so we do have really good quality things here. And yeah, like some galactics might want to come here, and they might want to buy this art, this sculpture, this painting, this honey. Of course, we have been told that we have the best honey in the galaxy, which we love you for saying that, from super friendly, awesome galactic friends. So anyway, we talked about a lot of things today. So we do have, yes, invisible animals, and yes, they are here all around us in all shapes, forms, sizes, and species. And yes, we can be strong to not allow any of these things to come inside of us, because why? Why would they do that? Well, they could not only suck your energy, they can manipulate people when they come inside you, and they can make you do things, and you don't even know it. People don't even know it's inside them. So that is a strategy that some factions have been using on a very large scale. So this is on an individual basis. So everybody can get strong enough to, that can't happen anymore to them on an individual basis. So yes, we talk about unusual things. Why? Because no one else talks about them. Although people are starting to. So people are starting to talk about this stuff. And the only reason that I'm able to give you this information is because it's slowly coming out and us being allowed to talk about it. Slowly. But we're moving in the right direction. So I love everyone so much. And when you raise your frequency, you get the super high frequency B products at liquidgold.store. We love you.